Good morning, everyone. Shall we start our class? So the last class we seen by using Internet Information Service, by the help of IIS service, we can make one system as a web server, and we can host the website over the internet, or we can host the website within the LAN. But the last class we seen by the help of IIS service, we can host the website and we can allow the user to access over the internet. And the last class we seen by the help of IIS service how to create the HTTP site, and how to create the virtual directory for the site, and how to create the redirection from one site to other site, how to access the site by different port number, how to access the by site, how to access the site by different IP, by IP address also. And today we are discussing here how to create the, by using IIS service, how to create the FTP server, and by the help of FTP server how to create the FTP site here, right? FTP stands file transfer protocol. FTP server contain, FTP site contain files and applications. So over the internet, if you want to allow the users to access the files and application, we require FTP server, FTP site. Example, within the LAN, the last class I said that to access the files, to allow the user to access the files folder, we require share folder. If you have a share folder in system 1, by sitting on other machine within the LAN, can we access this share folder data or not here? By share folder also we are sharing the files, we are sharing the application, we are sharing the documents. But share folder is designed for within the LAN. Within the LAN, if you want to access the resources, we require share folder. But over the internet, you want to allow the user to access the data by using browser. So then we require FTP site here. So by the help of FTP site, we can allow the user to access the data, right, by using browser within the LAN, or user can access this data over the internet also, right? So FTP especially is designed for to download and upload the data over the internet here, right? So today we'll see how to configure FTP server. So write down the heading. FTP stands file transfer protocol service, and is used for, this protocol is used to download and upload the data over the internet, and the default port number is 21. It's done. But remember here, for downloading in FTP server, for download we are using port number 21, and when you're uploading the data over the internet, we are using port number 20 here. Now to configure FTP site, to configure FTP server, what we require? So we have some requirements here to configure the FTP site. The first, we need one computer with good configuration PC. In this machine, example, I want to make system 1 is FTP server. In this machine, we have to install IIS service. But when I'm installing IIS service, I have to install FTP service also. So then this machine will act as a FTP server. And on this machine, we require a static IP. If you are allowing the user to access the FTP site within the LAN, we require private IP. If you are allowing the user to access this FTP site over the internet, we require public IP. In FTP server, we require database that is called home directory here, right? So in one of the drive, maybe C drive, E drive, create one folder by any name, but I'm creating folder by the name of FTP data. In that, we have to keep all the files and applications and allow the user to access over the internet here. Okay, So please write down our first lab today. Installing FTP service. And the last class already I said that how to install the FTP service. When I'm installing IIS service, so that time can we check the box FTP server to make this machine as FTP service server or not? But the last class we not check the box. So right now already IIS service is there, but we'll see how to configure the FTP service. So please write down the first lab in system one server. Sorry, what is the heading? Lab heading? Installing FTP service. Okay. So please write down in system one server. In system one server, login as administrator. In system one server, login as a administrator. Next point, write down open the server manager console. So I want to make this machine as FTP server. Open the server manager console and click on add roles and features. Click on add roles and features and click 3 times next. Click on add roles and features and click 3 times next. So once I click on add roles and features, one new window will open. So we have to click on next, one more time, next. And we are sitting on system one, and this machine we are making FTP server. IP address is 10.0.1 there. So click next. We are in roles, so we have to install IIS service to make this machine as FTP server. So if you come down, you can see the last third one, that is a web server IIS, and you can see the last class already we installed the IIS service to make web server here, right? But now we want IIS service to make FTP server. So already service is installed. So if the service installed, what we have to do, we have to expand to add the sub service. FTP is a sub service of web service, you can say, right? So write down expand the web server IIS. Expand the web server IIS role. Expand the web server IIS role. Okay. Now once you expand this role here, you can see in the down, are you finding FTP box, FTP server box? We have to check. So write down check the box FTP server. Check the box FTP server. Can you please off this light? First one. Sorry, not first one, fifth one. Check the box FTP server. Right? Then write down click next, install and close. Click next, one more time next, and click on install. So once you click install, your installation is started, and after that close it. So this machine will act as a FTP server here. Okay. Now then, by the help of FTP service, we can make this machine as a FTP site. In this machine we can create the FTP site, but we require database or not here. So write down our next lab, creating FTP site. Creating FTP site. Okay. So please write down in system one server, in system one FTP server, in system one FTP server, login as an administrator. In system one FTP server, login as a, in system one FTP server, login as an administrator. Then write down open the E drive. Open the E drive, create one folder. Create one folder by the name FTP data. Open the E drive, create one folder by the name FTP data. Create one folder by the name FTP data. Then write down in this folder, create some files. And in this folder, create some files. And in this folder, create some files. File 1, file 2, file 3. And in this folder, create some files. File 1, file 2, file 3. Okay. So you can see here. Now I'm going to my FTP server here. You can see here installation of FTP services succeeded. Click on close. Now minimize this one. Now open the computer. Open the E drive. I want to create one folder here. So the folder name I'm giving here FTP data, and open this folder, and in this folder we have to create some files, and this folder should be a normal folder. Don't share this folder, it's not required. So we have nearly 3 files in file 1. So example, this is my user content is available there. Okay, so once I save, right, so this data is saved here. Now this data is available in FTP folder, and FTP data folder is there in E drive. This is a location of the path. Okay, then write down next line, open the IIS server, open the IIS service, open the IIS service. Now once you open the IIS service, then write down expand the system name SYS1, expand the system name SYS1, expand the system name SYS1. Sorry, first expand the system name SYS1. Then write down, right click on sites and click on add FTP site. You can see in the last class, when I'm right clicking on site, we have only one option, that is a add website. But now we have new option, add FTP site. So by using this add FTP site, we can create the FTP sites. Right click on sites and click on add FTP site. Now once I click this add FTP site, one new page will open. We have to fill this. Is asking the FTP site name. You can give any name there. So write down FTP site name dash FTP1, FTP site name dash FTP1. Then it's asking here physical path. So write down in physical path, click on browse. It's asking, sir, where is your database folder that we have to give. In physical path, click on browse, expand the E drive, select the FTP data folder and click OK. Click on browse, expand the E drive, select FTP data folder and click on OK. Now once you click OK, this path is successfully accepted. Then write down, click next, select FTP data folder and click on OK and click on next. Now once you click next here, in next page, it's asking, sir, on which IP you're hosting this FTP site. So you have to drag and select the IP address, that is 10.0.1. So write down IP address dash, select IP address dash 10.0.0.1. And port number we no need to type, already is the default one, that is a 21. And today I'm not using SSL. Actual SSL is a certificate. We have a session for SSL, how to create the certificate. We'll see how to create the certificate and how to create the HTTPS websites also. Okay, so right now I'm not having any certificate here, so I'm selecting here no SSL. So write down select no SSL and click next. Select no SSL and click on next. Now once you click next here, in next page is asking here authentication for users. So we want to give the permission to all users. So write down check the box anonymous and check the box basic. Check the box anonymous and basic. Check the box anonymous and basic. Then you can see here authorization, means who is having right to access. So right now no one is having right to access. So if you drag, can you find all users here? Yes, so we have to select here all users. So write down access to dash select all user, access to dash select all users, access to dash select all users, access to dash select all users. Then write down permissions. In permissions we have to check the box read and write. Check the box read and check the box write and click on finish. Check the box read write and click on finish. Check the box read, check the box write and click on finish. So once you click finish, right, your FTP site is successfully created. But before finishing, I want to know this one, what is meaning of read, what is meaning of write here? What is the meaning of read first? Read means to give the page, view the page. Write means, see here, read means allow to access the page, right? Allow the user to access and view the page. And write means upload, right? Read means what here? You can view. And write means what here? Upload here, right? So you can see here, read means you can download, and you can say write means you can upload here. Like if you go to the Microsoft website, what do you have option? You have download option, but can you upload? No. But if you go to the YouTube website, Facebook, can we download, can we upload the videos? Yes, we can. So we are giving the both options to users, read and write. Read means download, and write means what here? Upload here. So click on finish. So once you click finish here, our FTP site is successfully created. Now we can check the site in this machine. We can verify, or you can verify from second machine also, no problem there. Okay. So please write down verification. Open the IE browser. So assume one of the client is sitting in home, one of the user is sitting on the home, is accessing FTP site. So write down, open the IE browser and type FTP colon / 10.0.0.1 and press enter. Press enter and access the files. Your files are available. Access the file means try to download and try to upload this one. Okay. You can check in same machine, or you can check in other machine also, no problem there. So I want to check in other machine here. I don't want to use this machine here. I want to go. So this is my PC. Assume this is my home PC. I'm logging as an administrator or user here to access FTP site here. So this is my computer. So I have to go to the, I have to open the browser. So I have to type here FTP colon / IP address is 10.0.0.1. Now once I press enter here, if the pages are not available, so it means in your FTP server firewall feature is enabled. If you can see the data, so it means in FTP server firewall feature is not enabled, so you can access the files here. So it's asking to add this page. So click on add, click on add, click on OK, close. Now you can see my files are not available. So it means in FTP server we have a firewall feature is enabled. So go to the FTP server, right click on network icon, go to the properties, go to the Windows firewall in the last one, and here you can find Windows firewall on or off, and you can see my firewall is on here. So we have to turn off this one. So click OK. Now if I go to the client side, now once again refresh here, try to access. Now this time, can you find the files here? Yes, it's available. Okay. Now can we open this file? Can I view the file one? Yes. Once you click file one, you can see what content is available there, right? Now can we download the file one? Yes. How to download? Right click on this file one. Very good. Next, please read the options and give the answer. See here, everything no one will teach you. You have to search. Example, you're doing some work in your office and you don't know anything, but if you right click, you can find so many options. By reading this one, we can understand what we can do here. So what we can do now, save target as. So once you click save target as, is adding this page for security reason, because this is server OS here. Now right click once again on file one and click on save target as. Now you can see if the files is successfully downloading. Is asking, sir, where do you want to store? By default location is what? Download in which account? In admin profile. So file one, yes, I want to download, save. Now you can see in the down, scanning is done and downloading is successfully completed. Now open this file, sorry, open your profile, open your download, and you can see the file is successfully downloaded. Now can we upload also? Yes. Assume this is my home PC. I'm sitting on my home, I'm creating one image file here, and I want to upload this image file to my FTP site. If I upload here, so actually it's going to store in FTP server, so other user also can access this one, right? How to upload? Very easy option is there. Right click on this file one which is created on your desktop and click on copy and go to the FTP site, open the site, right click here and click on paste. The file will be uploaded for you. Easy option. Right click on your desktop file, document file, click on copy, go to your FTP site, right click and paste. The file will be uploaded for you. Done? No. This is not a method to upload. Yes, you cannot upload like this. So please, this is your small assignment. Please, in the lab, when you go to the lab, check it out how to upload. And if you use your good brains, so easily you can find out how to upload the file also. And please don't ask to the lab faculty. Sir has given some task to us, right? So please show me how to upload it. So try with yourself. And if you're not getting, please ask me tomorrow. I will show you how to upload. Okay. So this is the first topic today. We have completed how to create the FTP site here. Okay. Now come to the next topic today. We have so write down the heading. Our next topic today, Windows Deployment Service. In short, you can say WDS. It's done. So the name is of the service is Windows Deployment Service. In short, you can say WDS. Now, in previous operating system in 2000 and in 2003, this service is called RIS. It's called what here? RIS, Remote Installation Service. But in 2012 server operating system, Microsoft has changed its name to WDS, Windows Deployment Service here. Okay. Now, what is the use of this Windows Deployment Service? So the name is written Deployment Service. The last class, in the group policy session class, we discussed one service that is called software deployment. Now tell me, what is the use of software deployment service? By the help of software deployment service, by sitting on server, we can deploy the software. Means what? Operating system. Application, sir, not operating system. Software means application. So if you want to do centralized management on application, we have to take the help of software deployment. So by the help of software deployment service, by sitting on server, we can deploy at a time to application to all number of client machines here, right? If you want to do centralized management on operating on application, on services, or sorry, on application, right? On software, we require software deployment service. Software means applications here, like Java, C++, Adobe Reader, Winamp, WinZip, PowerPoint, Word, that application. So by sitting on server, by using software deployment at a time, can we install a Word application to all 100 computers or not yet? Yes. So we are saving the time. We are doing easy centralized management. But here the word is coming, Windows Deployment Service. So what is Windows here? Windows is a Microsoft operating system. So now tell me, what is operating system? Operating system is a hardware, and actually operating system is software, but it's a interface between user and hardware. Operating system is an interface between user and hardware, we can say, right? So operating system is a software, is an interface between user and hardware. If you want to work on the computer, we require operating system. But tell me, without operating system, can you run your computer? No. Server? No. Laptop? No. Nowadays, without operating system, we are unable to run your mobile also. In our mobiles also, we require operating system. In our tablets also, we require operating system. So operating system is an interface between user and hardware. So in each and every computer, we require operating system. Until now, we know so many times we have done the installation of operating system. But that installation is called clean installation method. It's called what here? Clean installation. Clean installation means what? Already we know how to install the operating system here. Clean installation means what? Take the machine, take the operating system DVD, right? Insert the DVD in the DVD-ROM, right? And go to the BIOS and select first boot device, CD and DVD. Or if you're installing through USB, you have to select USB there, right? And save that file, save these settings, and start the machine. So once you start, the machine is giving the message, press any key to boot from the CD, DVD or USB. Once you press enter, your installation is started or not here. So this method is called clean installation method. It's called what here? Clean installation, and is also is called manual method here. Manual installation. Okay. So like this example, if I have one machine, I can go to this machine, I can install the operating system. That is easy. But assume it right now in front of me, I have 100 computers, 100 new machines, and my boss is saying, sir, install the operating system in all 100 machines. And one machine is taking 1 hour time to install the operating system, right? If I take the help of clean installation, if I take the help of manual installation, if I go one by one to one machine to install the operating system, one machine is taking 1 hour time. Now tell me 100 machine will take how much time here? 100 hours. So we require 100 hours only for installation of operating system. Now tell me, if you're giving 100 hours to installation of only OS in 100 machine, are you saving your time? You're wasting your time here. Waste time. We are not doing easy and centralized management. But the Microsoft is saying, take the help of Windows deployment service, and by sitting on WDS server, by using this service, we can deploy the operating system to all network computer at the same time. We can install the operating system, or we can deploy the operating system to all network computer at the same time. So it means one machine is taking a 1 hour time. Now 100 machine will take how much time here? 1 hour. So within 1 hour, can we install the operating system in all 100 machines or not? Not only 100 machine, if you have more than 100 machine also, within 1 hour, we can install the operating system in all 100 machines. So by the help of Windows deployment service, we can do easy and centralized management on operating system installation. So without visiting to every machine to wait for 1 hour. So by sitting on server, we can deploy the operating system all computers here, right? So, and the good thing is what, in 2012 server operating system, this service I can use in domain model, and this service I can use also in workgroup model. But in previous operating system, this feature is not available, right? In previous operating system, we have a feature only we can use this service in domain model. Domain model means we require Active Directory service, we require DNS service. But I can use now this service in workgroup model also. Workgroup model means I not require any Active Directory server, I not require any DC, I not require any DNS server. Example, I have new 100 machines, and right now all the 100 machines are workgroup, means dummy machines. There is no operating system. So take one computer, install the 2012 OS, and this machine is workgroup, install the WDS service, right? And by the help of this WDS service, deploy the operating system to all 99 machines. Then after that, decided which machine is DC, which machine is ADC, which machine is DHCP server, right? Which machine is a DNS server, and how many machine you want to make as a client here, right? So this service. So when I'm installing WDS service, is asking in one place, said you want to run this service with Active Directory, or you want to run this service without Active Directory. You have to decide there, okay? So when I'm coming to the practical, I will show you this one. But here, the job of the Windows deployment services was deploying operating system remotely to our network computers here, right? So I want to use this service in domain model here. So in domain model, we have in our network, the system one is our DC. By the help of Active Directory service, by the help of DNS service, this machine is our server, this machine is our DC. But to each and every computer on the servers, we require always static IP. So my server IP is 10.0.1, and the preferred DNS address is same, because this machine is acting as a DNS server also. In this machine, we have DNS service, and our domain name is zoom.com. Now we have two machines here, and these machines are connected physically to my network, and I want to make this machine as a client. So example, system 3 is my client, and the system 4 is a client here. But on this machine, we require a static IP, so I'm giving the IP address is 10.0.0.3, and this machine IP is 10.0.4 here. And the preferred DNS address is our DNS server IP, that is 10.0.0.1, right? So right now my network is very small. I have one server and two clients, right? Network is very small, my organization. But assume it after some time, my boss is coming, is saying, sir, we are getting the new project, and you are the administrator, sir, of my network. We are getting the new project. To complete this project, we require number of employees, we have to increase. At the same time, number of computers also we have to increase. So your boss is deciding to increase the new 100 machines, and one day your boss has purchased the new 100 computers. So in your organization, you have new 100 computers here, right? And your boss is calling to you, and your boss is giving the task to you, sir, we got a new projects, and to complete this projects, we are expanding our network. So for that reason, I purchased a new 100 machine, and you are my administrator. So you have a job, right? You have a task. You have to come join this 100 machine into domain. You have to join all these 100 machines, new 100 machine into domain, within 2 days. So you have a task. You have to join this new 100 machine to domain. So you can join, and then only the users, the new users, can log into this machine to start the work there, right? So we have a task. We have to join the new 100 machine to domain within 2 days. So first, all these machines should be connected physically to our network or not here. So check the physical connectivity is there or not. Now to make this machine as a client for my domain, so we have some requirements. So first requirement is what? In all the computers, we have to install operating system. One. Second most important requirement is what here? IP address. And the third requirement is what? Manually, we have to join this machine into domain. Then only this machine will act as a client. So these are the three requirements are there to join this machine domain. And IP address already we have done. We know how to assign the IP. If you want to assign the IP manually, one machine is taking 1 hour time, you can go, you can assign the IP. But on IP address, if you want to do easy and centralized management, then we can take the help of DHCP server. So by the help of DHCP server, can we assign that IP address automatically to all network computers or not here? Yes. So we can take the help of DHCP server, and by the help of DHCP server, we can assign the IP address to all network computer. Okay. And the second thing, joining the machine to domain also is not a big job. Within less than 1 minute, can we join one machine to domain or not here? Yes. But here, installation of OS will take some time here. So to install the operating system, first we require operating system DVDs or not here. So anyhow, your management will provide the operating system license DVDs for you, right? You can go for the installation, right? Second thing is what? If I want to install operating system faster, so then we require manpower. If you have some manpower with you, so then you can install the OS in all the machine very fast. Second thing is what? To install the OS in all machines, we require DVD ROMs also, because we are installing OS through DVD. But assume it in your organization, your boss, your company is providing the operating system DVDs to you, you have. But assume it in your organization, you are the alone person, there is no senior, there is no junior, you are the alone. And for security reasons, every organization is not giving the good hardware configuration machines to the clients. So it means on the client machine, if you go to the clients, there is no DVD ROMs, there is no CD ROMs, there is no USB options also is available, right? So on the client machines, there is no DVD ROM and CD ROMs here. But you want to install the operating system, right? And you was saying install the OS. But if you try to install the OS, first we require DVD ROMs or not here. So you're going and you're complaining to your boss, or you're requesting to your boss, sir, you're given the task to me, within 2 days I have to join the new 100 machine to domain, but right now on these machines, there is no DVD ROMs. So your boss is giving the answer to you, sir, for security reasons, we not purchase the DVD ROMs in all new machines, right? But for installation purpose, you require DVD ROMs. Your boss is asking the question, sir, for installation purpose, you require DVD ROMs. Please tell me how many DVD ROMs you require, will provide you. Now tell me, as admin, you are the administrator. You have to say how many DVD ROMs, 1, 2, 3, or 100. How many you require? One is enough? But I think if one is not enough, because it's going to take a lot of time there. So if you say, sir, 100, so I can install the operating system quick and very fast here, right? So you're telling to your boss, sir, I need 100 DVD ROMs. So your boss is saying, okay, sir, we'll purchase the 100 DVD ROMs. Go to the market and search the price. So one DVD ROM costing me 1,000 rupees. So 100 DVD ROMs, how much? 1,000 into 100, total 1 lakh rupee. So your boss is saying, okay, sir, I will give you 1 lakh rupee. Go to the market and purchase the DVD ROMs and complete your installation. But maintain the security also. And don't waste the company money, don't waste the devices also. Your boss is saying what? Maintain the security, right? Don't break the security, and don't waste the devices also there. Okay? Don't waste the company money also there, right? So what we have to do? Purchase the DVD ROMs and complete the installation. And after installation is completed, now what is the use of these DVD ROMs here? And we require security also. Don't allow the user to access. So then what we have to do? Take out all these 100 DVD ROMs and keep in the storeroom. Now tell me, are you saving your money? No, your boss is saying save the money also. So then your boss is saying, sir, on one condition, I will give you 1 lakh rupee, purchase the DVD ROMs. Purchase the DVD ROMs, complete your task, right? Don't waste the DVD ROMs and don't waste the money. So please do one thing, return back these DVD ROMs to vendor and take back our money. So then we have a saving the money also, our task also is completed. Can we return the goods? Can we take back the money? No, no one will take you, right? So you're saying, sorry, sir, I cannot do this one. So your boss also saying, sorry, sir, I cannot give the 1 lakh rupee to you to purchase the DVD ROMs. But your boss is giving advice to you. Your boss is saying, okay, do one thing, sir. In DC, in our server, we have one DVD ROM in our server. Take out that one and go for the installation. Now take one DVD ROM and complete the installation. Can we complete? Yes. You can go to the first machine. Open the cabinet as admin. fix the DVD-ROMs, insert the DVD, start the installation. And your boss is saying, sir, in this machine we require XP. In all machines we require XP, right? So if you install the XP OS, it's taking this much time to complete the installation. How much time here? 45 minutes. Then after installation is done, you have to assign the IP, join the machine, and remove the DVD-ROM, fix the cabinet, ready this machine. So it's taking extra 15 minutes time here. So the first machine is ready, and how much time is taken? 1 hour time. Like this, go on, so on. Other machine, go to next machine, open the cabinet, insert the DVD-ROM, insert the DVD, start the installation. After installation is done, remove the DVD-ROM, fix the cabinet, assign the IP, join this machine to domain. So this machine is taking 1 hour time. Third machine also will take 1 hour time. So like this, one by one, we have to go to all machines. So one machine is taking 1 hour time. 100 machine will take how much time here? 100 hours. But you have 100 hours? No. How many hours you have? You have 2 days. 2 days means 48 hours. If you're saying 48 hours, so you're saying, sir, I was very hard work administrator. 2 days I will not go to home, right? Day and night I will work, I will complete the task. But you're not getting 100 hours. You're getting how many hours? 48. 48 hours? No, because we are not working for 48 hours, 24/7. We are working only for 8 hours. So 8 plus 8, how many hours? 16. Now tell me, within 16 hours, can you complete the task if you go like this? No, but you can complete. Then microservicing, if you have shortage of the manpower, if you have shortage of the devices, or if you have a shortage of your resources, if you have shortage of your time, and you want to do easy and centralized management, and within limited period of time you want to complete the installation, take the help of Windows deployment service. So I can install the Windows deployment service in DC. I can install the operating system remotely from this Windows deployment service to all the clients. But now tell me, in DC, how many services I'm running here? Active Directory, DNS, and WDS. So my boss is saying, sir, don't run the multiple service in single machine because we have a load balancing problem, sir. Machines will become slow here. So then your boss is saying, sir, I will give you one separate machine to make WDS server. So I can install the WDS service in DC. I can install the WDS service in separate machine, but the method and procedure is same there. Okay. But if I'm installing WDS service in separate machine, in other machine, so first this machine should be a part of our domain. This machine should be a part. So you have to join this machine to domain, assign the IP address, example 10.0.0.2, and give the preferred DNS address is your DNS server IP address, that is 10.0.1, and join this machine to domain, make the member server. And in this machine you have to install, login as a domain admin, and install Windows deployment service. So once installed Windows deployment service, this machine is called WDS server. So now tell me, what is the job of WDS server? Installing remotely operating system to all network computer, right? So by the help of WDS server, if I'm installing operating system at a time, I can start the installation all 100 machine. So one machine is taking 1 hour time. 100 machine will take how much time? 1 hour. Okay, don't do one thing. Don't take 1 hour. Take 1 day. Take one full day and complete the installation. Can we complete in 1 day or not here? Yes. But next day we are saving money, we are saving devices, we are saving manpower, we are saving. So within limited period of time, can we complete the installation? Yes. Right. But here I'm saying remotely by the help of WDS server, we can deploy the operating system to all network computers. But right now I have how many machines here? 100 machines, 100 new machines. But I don't want operating system in all 100 machines. I want operating system in 70 machines only. So my question is, what my WDS server is having any good knowledge in which machine we require OS, in which machine we not require OS, because all these machines are connected to my network, right? But WDS server is having any information in which machine we require OS, in which machine we not require OS? No. Like last class we see DHCP server. DHCP server job is what? Assigning dynamic IP address to client, automatic IP to client. But DHCP server is having any good knowledge in how many machines you require IP address, in how many machines you not require IP? No. So who has to request for first IP? DHCP server will offer the IP first to client, or client has to request? First client. So on request, DHCP server will assign the IP to client or not here? So whenever the clients are requesting to DHCP server for IP, so on request DHCP server will assign the IP to client. The same way here also, my WDS server is not having any good knowledge on which machine we require IP, on which machine we require OS, on which machine we not require OS. So the microservicing, the condition is what? The first WDS server will not offer any operating system to any client. First client has to request to server for operating system. So on request, WDS server will deploy the operating system to all network computers. So remember here. But the question is what here? Right now these machines are new machines. These machines are dummy machines. On these machines, right, any operating system is there? No. On this machine's NAC card, we have any IP address? No. Or these machines, new machines, are having any good knowledge on which machine, on which IP a WDS server is running? No. So can this machine send the request to WDS server for OS? Answer is no. But microservicing answer is yes. This machine is dummy. This machine is not having IP. This machine, right, is not having any good knowledge on which machine, which IP a WDS server. But still, this machines can request to WDS server by the help of NAC card. By the help of NAC card. So when I'm coming to the process, I will explain to you, right, how by the help of NAC card, these machines are requesting to WDS server here, right? But here you have to remember here, first who has to request? WDS client. First client has to request to server for OS. On request, WDS server deploy the operating system. So assume it for one moment. My new machines are requesting to server for OS. My WDS server has to deploy the OS or not here? But which OS you want on client machines? In WDS server, I have 2012 operating system. But on client machines, I don't want this operating system. On client machine, I want this operating system. Which one? XP. So not tell me, or on client machines, I want Windows 7. On client machine, I want Windows 8. Or on client machine, I want Windows 10. So not tell me my WDS server is having any good knowledge on which machine we require OS, on which machine we not require OS. No, right? Second thing, client is requesting to server, but the server is having good knowledge which operating system we require on client machine. No. Like last class, we seen DHCP server. By the help of DHCP server, we can assign the dynamic IP to client. Client is requesting, but DHCP server is having any good knowledge on client machine, which class or which network portion IP we require? No. So what we require in DHCP server? What is that? Yeah, you have to say what here? We learn the scope or not? All of you? So you're not giving answer. Only one student is giving answer. So it means my class is attending by only one student. Other students are coming daily, sleeping in the class and going to home. So what required in DHCP server to assign the IP? Scope we require. Now tell me, the scope automatically will create or we have to create? We have to create manually. The same way, by the help of scope, the DHCP server is assigning the IP to client. Here in WDS server, to install the OS to network computers, right? We require image. We require what here? Image. So what is image here? The microservice saying image. It is a copy of operating system files. Image is a copy of operating system. Which files? Extension, please. If anyone is asking, sir, what is operating system extension files name? ISO is a single file set, but in operating system we have exe files. What we have? Exe. But tell me, in one operating system, example 2012, if anyone is asking interview, sir, how many exe files we have, sir? We have to say more than 100, sir. Now total size is what? 3.7 GB. Size is what here? 3. If you take the example of Windows 10, Windows 10 is having operating system files nearly 5.6 GB. 5.6 GB. So what we require, what here? Image. So what is image? Image is the operating system files. But to keep this number of files, operating system files, GBs of files, so in WDS server, I require one NTFS drive. So take any NTFS drive, C drive, E drive, D drive, but don't take C drive because already we have OS files and your system files, bootable files are there. Take other drive, example E drive or any drive. Now in this drive, we can keep these image files. Okay. So to deploy the operating system to network computers in WDS server, what we require? Image. An image we have to create manually. Image is the operating system files. But which image you require? I require XP here. So take the XP DVD, insert the DVD in WDS server and take the image. Image is ready. So now next day, when my client is requesting to WDS server for OS, my WDS server will install the XP operating system in all network computers here, right? But my boss is saying, sir, in some machines we want XP. In some machines we want Windows 8. In some machines we want Windows 10 operating system. Now tell me, how many images I have to take now? I have to take 3 images, right? One by one, we have to take 3 images. But how the WDS server is going to know that in this machine we require XP, in this machine we require Windows 8, in this machine we require Windows 10. When I'm deploying the OS, when deploying the OS, before installing, the WDS server will show the list of images. It will show the list of which image you require in this machine. Example, I want XP. So select XP, press enter. So here XP will install. Now go to this machine, start the installation. Before you start the installation, it will show you the image list. Here select Windows 8, here Windows 8 install. Here select Windows 10. So now tell me, by the help of WDS server, by the help of images, can we install different operating system in different machines or not here? Yes, it's possible by the help of WDS service. So by the help of WDS service, remotely, we are deploying the operating system to all network computers at the same time there. Okay. So this centralized management, easy management, we can take the help of WDS server. So please write down one point there. By using WDS service, remotely, we can deploy operating system. Remotely, we can deploy operating system to all network computers. Remotely, we can deploy operating system to all network computers. Okay. Next point, write down. By using image WDS server remotely, deploying, installing by using image WDS server remotely, deploying / installing operating system in all network computers. By using image WDS server remotely, deploying, installing operating system in all network computers. Remotely, we are deploying, installing operating system in all network computers. By using image WDS server remotely, deploying, installing operating system in all network computers. Okay. Write down next line. Image, it is a copy of operating system files. Image, it is a copy of operating system files. Which files? .exe extension files. Okay. Done. Now we are using this WDS service. I want to use this WDS service in domain model. So if I want to use this WDS service in domain model, we have some requirements before deploying. So what are the requirements we have? We'll check first. The requirements are, if I'm using this service in domain. Okay. Now the first requirement is what here? We require one DHCP server. So what is the job of DHCP server? Assigning dynamic IP to clients. But in DHCP server, how is assigning the IP to client? By using scope. So we require DHCP server with scope. Next we require DNS server. Try to understand this one. We require DNS server. And what is the work of DNS server? If anyone is asking to you, sir, what is the work of DNS server? Why we require DNS server, sir? Resolving the name to IP address and IP address to name. Very good. Now give this answer. What is the work of DNS server in domain model? What it contains? What is the work of DNS server in domain model and what it contains? Okay, by the help of domain mod, assigning name to the server. Okay, that is one job. Next one. It contained DC information, domain control information by 6 SRV records, right? The DNS server in domain model used for, in DNS server we have Active Directory integrated primary zone. In that what we require? 6 service record. That is called SRV records here. This one right here. Right. Then next requirement is what? Your third requirement is we require Active Directory service with domain service, right? Then we require NTFS drive, partition drive to store the images. And the next one is what here? We require WDS service to make that machine as a WDS server. But in WDS server, what we need? We need images. Okay, remember this one. We require WDS service with images, you can say. So please write, copy this one. It's done. So total how many services we require? DSCP service with scope, DNS service with 6 service records, we require Active Directory, and we require WDS service. So how many service total? 4 services, 1 drive we require. These are the requirement on server. Now what is the requirement of WDS client? WDS client means which machine is taking operating system from WDS server. That is called WDS client. So on WDS client, the requirements are, only one requirement is there. We require one PC machine, and in this machine we require NAC card. We require NAC card, but try to understand first, then write down. Now we require NAC card, but which NAC card we require? We require this NAC card. That NAC card name is PXE NAC card. PXE NAC card, right? Now what is the use of PXE NAC card? Actually in the market we have 2 types of NAC cards. One is normal, one is PXE. Now try to understand here. If you have normal NAC card on your computer, if you have normal NAC card, so by the help of normal NAC card we can connect the machines to network, and we can transfer the files from one machine to other machine. We can download and upload, we can transfer the files, right? But this time, by using this machine, by using this NAC card, this machine is requesting to WDS server, right? When the request is going to WDS server deploy the OS or not here. But this time which files are downloading? Document files, picture files, or your .exe files, your operating system files. Which files here? .exe. And number of files are downloading. More than hundreds of files are downloading here. So when the files are downloaded, the files will download, but here installation will not start automatically. If the installation is not starting automatically, then as admin you have to go there, you have to tell to this machine, start this file, click it, start this file, click it, start this file, click it. So like this, in operating system, how many .exe files we have? We have more than 100. So more than 100 times you have to say start this file, start this file, start this file. Then your installation is completed. Not only if you're doing like this, you're saving the time, wasting the time here. Wasting. So normal NAC card is used for what purpose? To connect the machine in the network, to communicate, and to download the files and upload, but not for installation. Okay. So that's why the Microsoft is saying instead of normal NAC card in this machine, we require PXE NAC card. We require PXE. So what is PXE NAC card? PXE NAC card is like a NAC card. PXE NAC card is like a NAC card, but this NAC card is having one inbuilt ROM chip. Small ROM chip is there, right? Now by this ROM chip, this machine is this NAC card is having good knowledge how to communicate these machines to network, one, and when the request is going to WDS server for OS, how to send the request to WDS server for OS, And when the server WWDS server is deploying the OS files, .exe files, right, how to receive and how to start the installation automatically. So it means by using PXNEC card, we can request to WDS server for OS, and once the files are downloaded, automatically installation will start. So now tell me here, we have to click number of time to start the installation of OS? No. So which NEC card is best here, normal or PXE? PXE. But remember here, in previous operating system, sorry, in previous machines, in previous hardware machines, like up to P4 systems, P1, P2, P3, P4. So your NEC cards are normal NEC cards. NEC cards are normal. In every machine, we have normal NEC card. But we have to go to the market, we have to purchase the new PXE NEC card. But nowadays, whatever the hardware machines are coming, maybe a desktop, maybe a laptop, maybe a servers, all these companies are going for standard hardware. And all these companies are using PXE NEC cards. So nowadays, in your home, if you have latest machines and you have a laptop or you have desktop PC or servers, so all the companies are using PXE NEC card by default is available. So we no need to purchase. But how to know my machine, my laptop is having PXE NEC card or not here? So when I'm coming to the practical, I will show you. When I'm coming to the verification, I will show you how to identify your NEC card is PXE or your NEC card is normal there, right? But you have to remember one thing, on the client machine, we require only one requirement. We require machine, system, PC with PXE NEC card. So write down this one. And please write down PXE stands pre-boot execution, pre-boot execution environment, pre-boot execution environment. Okay. Pre-boot execution environment. NIC stands network interface card. We know this one. Okay. So these are the requirements we need. Okay. So first we'll complete here. Most of the requirements on server side only. DHCP server, DNS server, Active Directory, and WDS server. So total how many services we require? 4 services. So you can do one thing. Install every service in one machine. One Active Directory server, one DHCP server, one DNS server, and one WDS server. So how many machines we require? Total 4 servers and 1 client. Total how many machines we require? 5 machines for this practical. But we are not having 5 machines. So we'll do one thing. We can do one thing here. You can install Active Directory, DNS, and DHCP in one machine, and WDS in second machine, and third machine we can check the verification output. Or still, if you have a shortage of the machines, so you can install all the 4 services in one machine: Active Directory, DNS, DHCP, and WDS in system 1, and check the output in second machine. So right now I'm not having more than 2 machines here, right? But remember here, the method and procedure is same. When I'm installing WDS service in DC with Active Directory, when I'm installing WDS service in separate machine in member server, right? The work and installation is same there. But right now I'm installing WDS service in DC with Active Directory, then I will check the output in second machine here. So please write down our first lab today, installing Windows deployment service. In this first lab, okay, in this topic first lab, installing Windows deployment service. But before installing Windows deployment service, first complete the requirements here, right? So please, in the lab, first you have to complete the requirements, right? So one by one we'll go and we'll complete the requirements. So I want to make this machine now today is a WDS server. So first, in this machine we have to log in as administrator, right click on computer icon and confirm this machine is a part of our domain or not here. So you can see in this machine we require server operating system 2012, and this machine is my system 1 and is working on the domain of zoom.com, right? 1. Second requirement is what? In this machine we require static IP. Already we know this machine IP is 10.0.1 here. Next, we require Active Directory service. Check whether we have or not. We have a Active Directory service, and we require DNS service. But in DNS service, what we need? If you open the DNS service, right, we have to expand the forward lookup zone, and you can see here in forward lookup zone, are you finding zoom.com Active Directory in primary zone? Yes. In this zone, we require 6 SRV records. You can see we have a 6 service records. Okay, and if it is not there, if this zone is lost, if this record is not there, we know how to create this zone and how to get back these records here. Okay, so we require DNS service with 6 service records. Okay, next what we require DHCP service. So you can see already I've installed the DHCP service, but please remember, in the lab machine DHCP service is not there, so we have to add the DHCP role. We have to add the DHCP service, and we have to promote also by using flag. But once you add the DHCP service, once you promote, scope automatically will create, or we have to create? We have to. So we have to go to the tools. We have to open the DHCP service and create the scope. And already we know how to create the scope also. So expand your system name, expand the IPv4, and you can see the last class we created scope. Scope is there. But please do one thing in the lab. Don't use this scope. Delete this scope and create the new scope. If it is there, delete the scope and create the scope here. So please help me how to create the scope here. Right click on IPv4 and click on new scope. Okay, very good. Then next, very good. Then scope name, I'm giving here scope 1. Then next, start IP address 10.0.1, end IP address 10.0.255. Click next, and I'm excluding some address 10.1 to 10. Example 10, 10.1 to 10.10. Add it. This is called exclude address range here. So my DHCP server will start the distribution IP from 10.11 there. Okay, so once I click next, is the least duration is asking. I want to keep the default, but you can increase, decrease. Next, and with IP, I want to give preferred DNS also. Remember here, with IP, I want to give default gateway, prefer and alternate. So that's why we have to select yes option. Click next, and next is asking router address. Right now, today I'm not having any router. I'm not giving. If you have router and give that address, it will become what? Default gateway. So click next, and here is asking your information. What your domain name is? What here? Zoom.com. And are you finding one IP here? 10.1. But remember here, whatever IP is showing here, maybe 10.1, 10.2, 10.3. So this address is your DNS server address actually. This address is a DNS. It's not a DC address. This is a DNS address. And remember here, this address will become preferred DNS for clients. Right? Remember this one. This is very important. If you understand this one, then easily you can understand when I'm coming to the process, how the client is requesting, how the server is giving operating system to client. You can understand easily, but you have to understand this one. That's why I say that delete the scope and create the scope. So whatever address you are getting here, this address is called what here? DNS server address. Remember, and this address will become what here? Preferred DNS for client. So whenever the DHCP server is giving IP, it will give IP and it will give this preferred DNS. So we don't need to go to every client. We don't need to assign the preferred DNS. With IP, DHCP server is giving preferred DNS also. So whatever the address is showing here, maybe 10.1, 10.2, 10.3, or 10.5. So this address will become preferred DNS address for client here. So click next. And here is asking Win server, means NT server I'm not having. So click on next and select yes. I want to active the scope now. Click next and finish. Scope is created. And there is no blue symbol. If you have blue symbol, right click on IPv4 and click on refresh, is going to remove. And you can see expand the scope. Address pool is from 1 to 255. 1 to 10 is excluded. If any client is taking address, that is going to store in address list here. Okay. So our DHCP server is ready with scope. But we require drive to store the images or not here. So I'm going to the computer and you can see we have C drive, but don't use the C drive. Use the other drive. So example, in this drive is E drive, but you have to check two things. Enough space is there or not. One. Second thing, this drive is NTFS drive or not. So each image will take 4 GB size here. How much here? 4 GB. But don't give 4 GB, give 5 GB example. So one image, 5 GB. I want to store 4 images here. I want to take 4 images. So how much free space we require? Nearly 20 GB we require. Okay, so you have to check if free space is there or not. So if I right click on drive, if I go to properties, we can see that drive is formatted with NTFS and we have enough space. You can see a nearly 77.4 GB total is there, right? So free space is available for you, right? It's enough space is available. Now tell me all the 4 requirements are done. Yes, now we have to go for now installation of WDS service. So please write down in system 1 DC or member server. In system 1 DC or member server, and please in the lab before starting installation first complete the requirements, right? First complete the requirements, then only go for installation of WDS service. Okay, in system 1 DC or member server, in system 1 DC or member server, log in as a administrator. In system 1 DC or member server, log in as a administrator. Next, write down open the server manager console. Open the Server Manager console and click on Add Roles and Features. Open the Server Manager console and click on Add Roles and Features. Now once you click this Add Roles and Features here, once you click Add Roles and Features, one new window will open. Right? Write down, click 3 times. Next, next, next. Click next. One more time next. One more time next. And we require WDS service. If you come down, you can see the last second one. Are you finding Windows Deployment Service? So write down, check the box Windows Deployment Service. Check the box Windows Deployment Service. Check the box Windows Deployment Service and click on Add Features. And after that, write down 3 times. Next, 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 install and close. Click next. Click next, 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 install and close. So see this one, click next. One more time next. One more time next. And these 2 boxes are by default checked for transportation purpose. Click on next and click on install. So installation is started, and after that close. It will take few minutes time here. After that we have to close this one. Now you can see here I'm getting the message installation is succeeded on system 1. We have to close it. But after close, you can see in the list, are you finding Windows Deployment Service? Yes. If you go to the tools, you can open from here also. You can find Windows Deployment Service, or you can go to here, go to Start. You can find here Windows Deployment Service. So once you open the Windows Deployment Service, check whether the service is ready to use or not, it's configured or not. The installation is done, but you have to check whether the service is configured or not here. If you expand the servers here, if you expand the servers, you can find this service running system 1 under domain of zoom.com. But once you select zoom system 1 name, you can see is we are getting warning here. What is written? Windows Deployment Services install, but not configure. We have to go for configuration here, and we have to do this configuration from here, not from Server Manager flag here, because you can see here in Server Manager flag there is no warning here, right? So we have to do configuration here. So please write down. Next line, continue. Open the Windows Deployment Service. Open the Windows Deployment Service. Then write down expand the servers. Expand the servers. Right click on system name SYS1 and click on configure server. Right click on system name SYS1 and click on configure server. Right click on system name SYS1 and click on configure server. Now once you click this configure server, one new page will open. Is giving the beginning process. This is a beginning window, but is giving warning to you. What? Before you begin, make sure your following requirement are completed or met. What is that? First requirement is what? This server is a member of Active Directory domain service. Already we know this machine is a part of our domain. Next is what? There is an active DHCP server on your network. DHCP server with scope. Next is what? There is an active DNS server on your network. So DNS server with 6 service records. Next is what? This server has a NTFS file system partition in which to store the images. We have NTFS drive also. So all the requirements are completed. Yes. Can we continue? Yes. So write down, click next. Now once I click next here, in next page, you can observe here, this is very important, is a new page which is added in 2012. This page is not there in previous OS. It's called installation option. I already say that when installing WDS service, asking there Sir, you want to run this service with Active Directory or without Active Directory? If you want to run this service in workgroup model without Active Directory, you have to select standalone server without Active Directory, without DNS. If I want to run this service in domain model with Active Directory, we have to select integrated with Active Directory. So not only decided, you want which option here. Yeah, so we are using in workgroup model or domain model. Domain. So we require this service in Active Directory. So write down, select integrated with Active Directory and click next. Select integrated with Active Directory. Select integrated with Active Directory and click on next. Now once I click next here, in next page is asking, sir, give the location of remote installation folder. Remote installation. So what is the meaning of remote installation folder? Means when you're taking images. Right now I'm not taking images here. When I'm taking images, this image file has to be stored in which folder, in which drive is asking the location here. I'm not taking images now. After the service is done, I will take the images files. So when I'm taking the operating system images files, like GBs of files, images files I'm taking. So this image files, OS file has to be stored in which drive, in which location, give that one. So what is the location by default here? In C drive. One folder is creating by the name of remote install. You can change this folder name, no problem there. But I don't want in C drive. I want in E drive. So here is not asking to create the image here. Is asking in future when you're taking the image files, when you're taking the image, that image file has to be stored in which machine, right? In this machine, but where, in which drive, which folder is asking, right? So please write down path dash e:/remote install. e:/remote install. If you like, you can change this folder name also. It's not compulsory you have to give remote install there. If you want to give your own name, you can give it. e:/remote install and click on next. So it means in E drive, one folder is creating automatically by the name remote install. And whenever I'm taking images, that images files will store in this folder. Okay. So once I click next here, now next is asking, sir, you are running the DHCP service, and to deploy the OS, we require these two boxes should be checked, and already is checked. We no need to check this one. So write down, click next. Click on next. So once I click next here, in next page is asking, sir, how to deploy the OS here, how you want to give the OS to client. So three options are there. First option is what? Do not respond to any client. If I select this option, if I complete next and finish, if I complete the WDS server, so whenever the clients are requesting to WDS server for OS, so not only my WDS server will give the answer to my clients, no. So that is the meaning of this one. Okay, but we want to give the answer to users, right? So then we have one second option. Try to understand this one. Don't write response only to known client computers. So actually we have two types of clients. One is called known and one is called unknown. So try to understand what is known and what is unknown. Known means which machine already is joined in my domain, which machine already information is available in DC, which client machine already information is available in my DC. That machine is called known. Now tell me, my system 3 and system 4 is called known client or unknown client here? Known, because this system 3 and system 4 is already joined in my DC or not? DC is having information, that's called known. And you can see these new machines are connected to my network, but these new machines, the information is available in my DC? No. So these machines are called unknown. So it means we have two types of clients here when you're creating. One is called known and one is called unknown here. But you have to tell me which option we have to select. So you can see here, if I select the second option, so my DHCP server will give the answer to my existing machines, right? But I want to give the answer to new machines also, so we have to select response to all client computer known and unknown. So please write down, select response to all client computers. Select response to all client computers known and unknown. Select response to all client computers known and unknown. And click next and click on. Once you click next, your process started, and after that finish. Click next and click on finish. But you can see I'm not using this option here because this option is written require administrator approval for unknown clients. Require administrator approval for unknown clients. So if I check this box, when my new machines are requesting to WDS server, try to understand this one here. When my new machines are requesting to WDS server for OS, so my WDS server, if I check that box, my new machines are requesting to server OS, but server will not give the answer directly. Server is in the server, all the clients requests are waiting. As admin, we have to go and we have to say approve, okay, installation will start. If I say approve, okay, in this machine installation, if I say approve, okay, installation will start. So like this, how many times manually we have to say approved? 100 times, then installation will start. But if I uncheck this box, so whenever my clients are requesting to WDS server, without waiting for administrator, the WDS server will give directly answer to my client. It will deploy the OS to client. So which is the best? Check or uncheck? Uncheck. By default is uncheck. We don't need to check, right? So click next and click on finish. But after finish is done, you have to check the services configure. But service is running or not. If it is not running, we have to start the service manually then. So you can see here, once you click on finish, your configuration is done. If you expand the system name SYS1, are you finding so many new options? Yes, configuration is done, but I will say service is not started. So how to know the service is running or not? Yes sir. Which file sir? Blue symbol. Yeah, here you can see here. Are you finding a black color dot here? This black color dot is indicating the service stop. It's configured but service stop. We have to start manually. How to start? Right click on system name, alt task, and click on start, service start. So please write down next slide. In WDS service, right click on system name SYS1. In WDS service, right click on system name SYS1, right click on system name SYS1, click on alt task and click on start. Click on alt task and click on start. Click on alt task and click on install. Click on alt task and click on start and click OK. Now once you click start, your service is starting, and after that it will give you a message, click OK. Now see here, we are getting the message successfully started Windows deployment service. We have to click on OK. Now see here, are you finding green symbol here now? Yes, means services configured, services started here. Okay, but now this machine is called WDS server. But tell me, this WDS server is ready to give answer to clients? Yes. The WDS server will deploy the OS to clients? No. Service is configured, but still this machine is not having images. We require images here. So we have to take the images here, right? So please write down one short note there. Types of clients, first write down known, and the next one is unknown. Known and unknown. Like this, write down types of images also. We have two types of images here. One we have to take boot image, one we have to take install image. Now try to understand what is boot image and what is install image. The boot image contain bootable files. Boot image contain what here? Bootable. And what is the use of bootable files? Bootable files uses to give the beginning process to our computer. To give the beginning process to computer. So what is the meaning of beginning process to computer? Right now I have a new machine, dummy machine. Now tell me directly, OS files, can we load in our new machine? No, option is not there. We cannot load it. So we have method, we have procedure we have to follow. And already we are following. What we are doing? We are saying we require bootable operating system DVD. We are taking the operating system DVD. We are inserting the DVD ROM. We are going to BIOS. We are selecting first boot device is what? Hard disk or DVD? DVD. We are selecting DVD and start the machine. Now tell me, when starting the machine is asking the question, press any key to boot from the CD or DVD. Once you press enter. Now once you press enter, tell me your machine is starting with hard disk or your machine is starting with DVD? DVD. But are you getting the slides or not here? Configuration slides. So these slides are given by bootable image. It's given by bootable. So bootable image contain what? Bootable files here. So what bootable files contain? Example is giving the beginning process, and we are getting the first page, welcome page. right? Is asking, sir, you want to select the language, English, click next. Is asking to click install now, click on install now. Then is asking, sir, accept the license, check the box. Is asking, sir, you want custom installation or you want upgrade installation? I'm going for custom. Then is asking, sir, your hard disk is this much. Now create the partition, so delete all the partitions if you have and create the new partition and select one partition, click on next. So till here, whatever the slides we are getting, like language selecting, click install now, you're selecting the access the license, typing the product key, creating the partition, deleting the partition, all these slides are given by bootable files, right? Now once you click next, now your OS files, means installation files, installation image, contain operating system files, and by using installation image, your OS will download it to your hard disk here, right? So bootable files contain what? Sorry, bootable image contain what? Bootable files, right? Is give the beginning process to computer. Installation image contain what here? Operating system files. We give the OS to our computer, right? So here we have two types of files. One is called boot.wim file, Windows image file, which contain bootable files here. And one more file is there, install.wim file, which contain operating system files here. Okay, and these two files are available in our operating system DVD, is not available in our WDS server, is available in operating system. Which operating system you want to deploy to the clients, take that one, Windows 10 or Windows 8. In that you can find these two files, boot.wim file, which contain bootable image, right, bootable files, and boot.wim file contain bootable files, install.wim file contain operating system files here. And WIM stands Windows image file. Now when I'm taking the boot image, I have to select this file. Which file? Boot.wim. When I'm taking installation image, I have to select what here? Install.wim file. But these files are available in our DVD. So what we have to do in our WDS server, we have to insert first operating system DVD. So first we'll take boot image, then we'll go for install image. So please write down our next lab, creating boot image. Sir, we are giving the operating system file. Which one you want? I have 2012. Take it. See here. The method and procedure is same when you're taking the boot image of XP, Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10 and 2012. There is no difference. Method and procedure is same there. Take any ISO file or DVD. Start the taking the image here. Okay. So please write down our next lab, creating boot image. Our next lab, creating boot image. Okay. So please write down in system1 WDS server. In system1 WDS server, insert the operating system DVD in DVD-ROM. In WDS server, insert the operating system DVD in the DVD-ROM. Insert the operating system DVD in DVD-ROM there, right? So if you have, which operating system you want to take? Maybe XP, maybe Windows 7 or Windows 8, Windows 10 or 2012. Take that operating system DVD and insert the DVD in DVD-ROM. But in which machine? In WDS, because you want to take the images here. Okay. So first we'll check whether we have or not. But in the lab, please. In the lab, I'm not having DVD-ROMs, or we are not providing DVDs to you, right? But without DVD, without OS DVD, can we complete the installation image? No, we require, right? So what we have to do? So in the lab, we are having DVD, but we are not giving DVD-ROMs to you. So in the lab, DVD-ROMs are not available here. Okay, and DVDs also is not available. So what we have to do? So in the lab, in C drive, we are keeping one file for you that is called ISO file, OS ISO file, maybe 2012 or Windows 10 ISO file is available, right? 2012 ISO file is available. So what we have to do, you have to make ISO file as a DVD. You have to make ISO file as a DVD. But how to make ISO file as a DVD? So see here. So right now you can see here, I'm going to my E drive here. ISO files are there, so many are there with me. So right click on this ISO file and click on mount. Click on what here? Mount. Right click on this ISO file and click on mount. Once you click mount, so now you can see here, if I go to the computer, you can see here my operating system file is acting as what here? DVD. But after installation, ISO file is done. After the job is done, you can right click and you can say what here? Eject, right? So like this we can do it. So in the lab, I'm not giving the DVDs and DVD ROMs to you, right? You have in C drive ISO file, right click and say what? Mount. Then start your process there, okay? But you can see here, already have done this one in my WDS server. If I open the computer, you can see here, I have already 2012 ISO file is attached there, okay? So please write down. What is the last point, please? In system on WDS server, insert the operating system DVD in DVD ROM, okay? Then write down next line, open the Windows deployment service, open the WDS service. In short, you can write WDS. Open the WDS service. Then write down, expand the system name SYS1. Expand the system name SYS1. Now you can see here, first we are going for boot image, and you can see in boot images, are you finding any boot image file here? No. So write down, right click on boot images and click on add boot image. Right click on boot images and click on add boot image. Right click on boot images and click on add boot image. So once you click this one, which one? Add boot image, one new page will open. And in this page, what is asking? File location. Which file location? Is asking, sir, where is your boot.wm file? Where is a boot dot? So where is a boot.wm file? In which drive? In E drive or in DVD? In DVD, not in E drive. Okay. So please write down, in file location, click on browse. In file location, click on browse. Then write down, select the computer. Select the computer. Now once you select the computer, then write down, open the DVD. Once you double click, it will open. Open the DVD. Then write down, open the sources folder. Open the DVD, open the sources folder. Now once you open the sources folder, there are so many files are there. But which one we have to select? Select that one and click on open. Which one? Boot.wm file. If you come down, you can see the last second one. Are you finding boot.wm file? Yes. So write down, select boot.wm file and click on open. Select boot.wm file and click on open. So once you click open, the file path is successfully attached. Okay. Then write down, click next. And see here, it is asking the image file name. You can change this name, but I'm not changing. I'm keeping the default one. Okay. If you like, you can give your own name there. So write down, click next. Click next. And click on one more time next. It's giving the message. You're taking the boot image and it's copying from D drive. Okay. So click next. And after that, finish it. Click on finish. It will take few minutes time, because boot image, we have some number of files, and files are very less, is going to copy very fast here. Then write down next lab after finish. Creating install image. Creating install image. Creating install image. So write down the first point. In WDS service, in WDS server, open WDS service. In WDS server, open the WDS service. So you can see now, my operation of boot image is successfully completed. We have to click on finish, and you can see one entry is there. Okay. Then write down. Next one is what? Creating install image. In WDS server, open the WDS service. Then write down, expand the system name SYS1. Expand the system name SYS1. Then write down, we are going for install image now. Right click on install images and click on add install image. Right click on install images and click on add install image. Click on add install image. So see here, once I click this one, add install image, one new page will open. And this is your image name. But I don't want to change this one. You can keep like this, or you can change your own name there. So write down, click next. Click on next. Once I click next here, it's asking, sir, where is the file? File location. Which file location? Image file, Windows image file. Which file? Install.wm file. where it is that we have to give the location. So write down in file location, click on browse. Same method we have to select here, we have to follow. In file location, click on browse, select the computer, open the DVD, select the computer, open the DVD, open the sources folder, and select install.wim file, select install.wim file, select install.wim file and click on open. Select install.wim file and click on open, and click on next, click on open, click on next. And so here, once I click next here, in my DVD I have two operating systems here. In my DVD I have two OS. You can see here, first one is Windows Server 2012 server standard core. Core means command based. Okay, one is Windows Server 2012 server standard. Standard means graphical, right? If I click next, two images will take. It's going to take long time here, but I don't want to take two images here, but I want to take one only, graphical. So write down, check the box, Windows Server 2012 server standard. But in the real time, which one you are purchasing? The Microsoft is giving only that one. You have to select and click on next. Check the box Windows Server 2000. Check the box Windows Server 2012 server standard. Check the box Windows Server 2012 server standard and click on next. Click on next and click on one more time next. Is giving the information. You're copying the install image from this drive. Okay. So click on next, and after that finish. Click next and click on finish. But here it will take some time here. But how much time it will take? Now see here, your previous operating system, like if you're using RIS, previously they are using RIS name, is taking this much time to complete the installation. How much time? 45 minutes. But your WDS server is taking this much time to complete the image. How much time here? 15 minutes. So which is the faster one? WDS is faster, but it's taking how much time here? 15 minutes. So here we have to wait for 15 minutes here. But remember here, the first 5 minutes you will not get any blue line or green line. So please in the lab don't say, sir, your machines are very slow, sir, because we are waiting from last 5 minutes. We are not getting anything on the screen, right? So it means we are not having patience. So if you want to become best and perfect administrator, we require patience. We require some, right? Give us some time so it will complete, right? So once it's started, it's going very fast here. So we have to wait. How much time we have to give? 15 minutes. Then write down verification. Verification. And please leave the half page or full page. We'll come back to this one, verification. First we'll go for process here. Write down verification and leave the full page and go to the next page. So meanwhile, we'll do one thing. We'll check the process, because I'm saying the first, who has to request to WDS server? The server will offer the operating system to client, or client has to request first? First client has to request. So we'll see how the work is going on, or how the process is going on between WDS server and client here, right? So please write down the heading. In verification, leave the full page. Then next page, write down work between, or process between WDS server and client. Process between WDS server and client. For verification, you have to leave the big page, okay? Process between WDS server and client here. Now to understand this process, now tell me how many services total we require? How many services? 1, 2, 3, 4 actual, right? Now can we install 4 services in single machine? Can we check the output? Yes, we can do it, but we cannot understand the process. If you want to understand the process, these 4 services we have to install in 4 different machines. Then we can check. So total we require 5 machines to check this process here. 1 client also, okay? So what I'm doing here to check this process, I'm making 4 machines here. Now try to understand how I'm writing the machines here, designing the machine. So this machine, I'm making this machine as a DHCP server first. So what DHCP server job? assigning the IP to client, and in DHCP server we need what? Scope. And the IP of this DHCP server, you can take any IP. I am taking 10.0.4 here. Now next machine, I require DNS service also. So I am making this machine as a DNS server. And this machine IP address is 10.0.0.3. And in this machine, we have Active Directory integrated primary zone. In that we have 6 service records, right? Now I'm making the next machine is a DC, is a Active Directory domain server, okay? And this machine IP is 10.0.0.2. Now try to understand what I have done here now. I'm not running DNS service with Active Directory. I'm running DNS service in separate machine. But initially, when I'm installing Active Directory service, DNS service installing in same computer. Which machine? In 10.2 machine. But what I have done, separate it, right? How to separate? Take the second machine, join into domain, third machine, and create one zone, secondary zone, zoom.com, right? And transfer the records. And do one thing. In system 3, we have zoom.com secondary zone, but transfer the records. All the records are there. But can we change secondary to primary zone? Can we change secondary to primary? Yes, we can change it. Now go to the DC 10.2 machine and remove the DNS service. Remove the DNS service. So now tell me my DNS service now is running in which machine? 10.3. So now tell me on DHCP server, on new clients, on DC, on Active Directory, what is the preferred DNS address? 10.3. So on my DC, on my DNS server also, on my DNS server, on my DC, on my DHCP server, on my clients, preferred DNS address is what here? 10.3. Earlier it is what? 10.2, but now is what here? 10.3, because my DNS is running on 10.3 machine, okay? Now I'm taking one more machine here, fourth machine. So this machine and this machine, I'm making this machine as a WDS server. But in WDS server, what we need? We need images. So we have in E drive some images, and the IP of this machine is example 10.0.1. So these are the requirements, okay? Now come to the client machine. So I have a new machine. This is a new computer. I'm saying this machine is a client because it's going to take the operating system from WDS server. This machine should be connected to my network, and we require which NIC card? PXE NIC card. But tell me, on this NIC card, we have any IP address? No. So tell me first, who has to request to server? Client will request or server will offer? First, client has to request to WDS server. For what? For operating system. So on request, WDS server will deploy the operating system to client or not here? First, try to understand. Don't copy anything here. I will give you, then you can copy. So now the client is requesting, the server will deploy the OS. But first tell me, the client is having any IP address? No. Client is having any information, which a machine, which IP a WDS server running? No. So if you're saying no, the client cannot request to WDS server for OS here, right? If the request is not going to WDS server, so WDS server will not deploy the operating system. So as the administrator, what hard work we have to do to send the request to WDS server, right? Yes, sir. Assign the IP address. How, sir? Through DHCP server. Right now, this machine is not having any operating system. So how to assign the IP? Please tell me. Can you go to the run? Can you type IP config release and renew? So what we have to do? So try to understand here what hard work we have to do. So Microsoft is saying, as administrator, go to your new dummy machine, and hard work is what? Just power on this machine. This hard work we have to do. Go to this machine. This is a new machine, no IP, no operating system. Just to send the request to WDS server, what we have to do? Just power on. But make sure this machine should have which NIC card? PXE. But we have to do one thing. Once you're on the machine, go to BIOS and select first boot device is what? CD, DVD, hard disk, or NIC card? NIC card, because we want to boot from the network, right? So select boot from the network, okay? Now, once you boot from the network and start the machine, once you start the machine, so not only this NIC card is having any IP address? No, so whenever your NIC card is not having IP address, your NIC card is generating this request. Which request? Broadcast request for IP. So not only the request will go to all machines, right? But at the same time, request also will go to DHCP server. So whenever the request coming to DHCP server and the request is coming for IP address, so DHCP server will check the scope. In the scope, which is the first most free IP is available, DHCP server will assign to client or not here? So DHCP server is assigning the IP address to client. But at the same time, DHCP server will give this address also to client. Which address? DNS. Like when I'm creating the scope, I say Remember, this address is a DNS address. According to my lab, address is 10.0.1. But according to my diagram, preferred DNS address is what? 10.0.3. So it means the DHCP server is assigning IP address, that is 10.0.11, and the DHCP server is giving DNS server information also by preferred DNS, that is 10.0.0.3. So now tell me, the client is having what information now? WDS server information or DNS information? DNS. So now the client is requesting to DNS server to search where is DC, right? DC information is available in client. Sorry, your DNS server is containing what? DC information and Active Directory information. And Active Directory contain what information? WDS server. So the client is requesting to DNS server, sir, where is DC? Where is Active Directory? So by the help of these 6 service records, the DNS server will say, okay, you're searching DC, sir. Your DC is running on this IP, sir. That is 10.0.0.2. Now tell me, the client is having DC information or not here? So now the client is requesting to DC to search WDS server, and DC Active Directory is having WDS server information. So DC WDS server, DC is giving the information. So you're searching WDS server. WDS server is running on this IP, sir, 10.0.1. So now tell me, successfully the client is having WDS server IP address or not here? So now the client is taking this information and the client is requesting to WDS server for operating system, and by the help of image, WDS server will deploy the operating system. So once the files are started downloading, is asking this question, sir, press this key to start the installation. What you have to press? F12. We have to press F12. Once you press F12, your installation is started. But it's asking one question, sir. 2 questions is asking, sir, who is having right to do this configuration, sir? We have to type administrator @ your domain name, and is asking, sir, if you have one image, it will show you one image. If you have multiple images, show you multiple images. So which image you want, select that one and press enter. Your installation is started here, right? So this is a background logical process. We don't need to do anything here. So just what we have to do, just power on this machine, and first request will go to DHCP server. DHCP server will assign the IP with preferred DNS. The next request will go to DNS server. DNS server is giving DC information. The next request is going to DC. DC is giving the information of WDS server. The client is having WDS server information. Now the client is requesting to WDS server for OS, and WDS server, by the help of image, is deploying the operating system. So once you press F12, once you type admin name and password, your installation is started. So now tell me, this is a background process, but actually what we have to do, power on the machine, type F2, press F12 key and type your admin name and password. So now tell me, as administrator, how much time you need to power on the machine, to type, to press F12 key and to type your admin name and password? You require 1 hour or 10 minutes or 1 minute? 1 minute. So go to one machine, take 1 minute time and start it. Or don't take 1 minute time, take 5 minutes time. Go slowly there, right? So now tell me, within 1 day, in all 100 machines, can we install the operating system or not here? Yes. So this is easy centralized management we are doing by the help of WDS service, right? Any doubt here? So please copy this page. Then we'll see the verification. Please copy fast this one. Is done, finished, all of you? So please write down verification. Come back to the verification page. So first of all, we check it out. Our installation of install image is done or not. So if I go to here, you can see my installation operation also is completed. Done. Click on finish. So my WDS server is ready with boot image and install image. Now we have to go to the next machine, and in this machine we require operating system here. So we have to power on this machine, and first we have to go to the BIOS, and in BIOS we have to select first boot device is what? Network adapter we have to select, or it's called legacy network adapter. Your PXE NEC card also is called what here? Legacy network adapter, or some places are written Realtek network, Realtek PXE NEC card. So different names are there, but we have to select first boot device network adapter. So write down. So please write down. Start the system to computer. Start the system to computer, and go to the BIOS. Start the system to computer and go to the BIOS, and select the first boot device. See here, I'm in the BIOS now. So we have to go to the which option here? Boot option, right? And select the first boot device. In boot option, select the first boot device. Go to the BIOS and select the in boot option. Go to the BIOS, in boot option, select the first boot device network adapter. Select the first boot device network adapter. And so many students are confused, sir, how to go to the BIOS. Sir, it's so easy, sir. When you start, the machine is giving the message. Sir, press this key to go to the BIOS. Like some motherboards having F2 key, some motherboard is having F12, some motherboard is having escape button, some motherboard is having del button there. Okay. So when you're starting the machine, but in the lab machines, maybe del button is there. So if you press the del button, you will go to the BIOS there, right? So first boot device, what we have to select here? Network adapter. But how to select? You can see in the down is giving the message, right? In the down options are there, plus minus. So first boot device, I want network adapter here. So you can see the last one is network adapter. So if you press F, if I press the F plus sign, it will come up. Are you finding here? Yes. Then I don't press F10 key to save and start the, press F10 key to save and start the computer. Press F10 key to save and say yes. Press F10 key to save and click on yes and start the computer. Press F10 key to save and click on yes and start the computer. Okay. Now once you press F10 key, it will use for save. You can see here it is written there in the down. Press F10 key to save and start the computer. So see here, once you start the computer, if you're getting like this, so your DSC, your server DSCP dot means your NEC card is what? PXE. Then write down, press F12 key. Write down, press F12 key to start the installation. Press F12 key. When it's showing F12 key, immediately you have to press it. Press F12 key to start the installation. Now see here, asking F12 key. Once you press F12 key, you can see it is contacting to what? And you can see the details also. My IP is 10.0.11 here. Now it's sending the request to WDS server, and WDS server is giving answer. The first boot files are loading there. So once you press F12 key, your installation is started, and immediately you have to press F12 key. Don't wait for 5 minutes there. It will work only for 2 or 3 seconds, 3-4 seconds. Within 3-4 seconds, press the F12 key. It will start the installation. So first the boot files are loading there. So please write down. Next line, write down is asking the language. So by default language is what? English. Here we have to click on next. So write down, click next. Now once you click next, is asking the here, sir, who is having right authority to do this configuration installation? So it's asking username and password. So write down username dash administrator @zoom.com and password. User administrator @zoom.com and password. Username, okay. Username administrator @zoom.com, administrator @zoom.com, and then password zoom_123, and click OK. So once you click OK, it will accept it for you. Okay. Then you are automatically in next page. In next page showing images. How many images you have taken? How many we have taken? 1. If you have taken multiple, it will show you all multiple. But which one you want in this machine? Which OS you want? Select that image and click on next for installation. So write down. Select the OS image. Select the OS image. Select the OS image and click on next. Select the OS image, click on next. Then write down create the partition. Already we know how to create the partitions there. Create the partition and click on next and complete the installation. Create the partition, click on next. Now once you click next, your installation is started. It's going to take 25 minutes time. Leave it this machine. Okay. So the installation will complete. So create the partition and click on next and complete the installation. So please, in the lab you have to check till here, but don't complete the installation because already our second machine is having operating system there. So like this. Now go to the next machine. If you have number of machine, so first select first boot device is what? Network adapter. Press F12 key, type your admin name and password, select the image and type the create the partition and click next. So each machine maybe is going to take 5 minutes time, but within 1 day can we complete the installation in all 100 machines or not here? Yes. But here the good thing is what? Through WDS service, when we are installing operating system, I can install the operating system in different hardware machines. Like laptops having different configuration, servers having different configuration, client machines having different configuration. We can complete the installation. But in the market, third-party application also is available compared to the WDS service, right? But the problem is what? That services require same hardware configuration in all machines here. But in WDS server, it's supporting to different hardware configuration also. So you can see here is WDS server is giving answer here. Is asking the here US language English here. Click on next. Now once you click next, is asking username. So we have to type here administrator @ our domain name, then password zoom_123. Click OK. Now once you click OK, just wait for a few seconds. It will verify the name and password. Then once the name and password is confirmed, it is showing your image. So we taken one image, select this image and click on next. So once you click next here, it is asking to create the partitions, and partitions we can create by using drive option. We can create the partitions, we can delete the partition. Now once you click next, your installation is started. But I'm not completing in the lab also. Don't complete that because the next machine we have a OS. We know how to install the operating system there. So till here you have to check the verification.